You're listening to the Amazing Facts Daily Devotional. Today's topic, Cornelius. No partiality. It was considered taboo during the time of Christ and the early church for Jews to eat with Gentiles, non-Jews. The Misna states, "The dwelling places of heathens are unclean." So, when Peter received a vision from heaven to visit the home of a Gentile centurion named Cornelius, it really stretched his faith. Cornelius was a devout man and one who feared God with all his household, who gave alms generously to the people and prayed to God always. Acts 10:2. Shouldn't that be enough to slip him past the gates of heaven? No, none of us are saved by our works, no matter how genuine our efforts. This Roman needed more, and God took action to provide it. About the 9th hour of the day, he saw clearly in a vision an angel of God coming in and saying to him, "Cornelius." And when he observed him, he was afraid and said, "What is it, Lord?" Verses 3 and 4. The angel then told the centurion to send men for Peter in Joppa. When Peter walked into Cornelius' home, which was an act of courage on his part, he discovered that the Roman centurion had gathered many to come and hear his words. He explained that while it was the custom of Jews to not associate with Gentiles, God had shown me that I should not call any man common or unclean. Verse 28. What followed was a gospel presentation by Peter on how Jesus came to bring salvation through his life, death, and resurrection, concluding with the words, "To him all the prophets witness that through his name, whoever believes in him will receive remission of sins." Verse 43, emphasis added. Then, in a tremendous flood of love from heaven, the message of Peter was affirmed by the outpouring of the Holy Spirit. The Jews with Peter were astonished because the gift of the Holy Spirit had been poured out on the Gentiles also. Verse 45. It was a stunning point of change in the mission work of the early church. God's work is always astonishing. The work of grace on the heart of anyone who believes, including a Roman centurion who wanted to receive salvation. Is there someone you know or someone in your town who could benefit from a personal visit to share the good news? God's love knows no walls of separation. Our key Bible text for today comes from Acts chapter 10 and verse 34 and 35. Then Peter opened his mouth and said, "Of a truth I perceive that God is no respecter of persons, but in every action he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted with him." Thank you for listening to the Amazing Facts Daily Devotional.